Lesson 512, Creating Symmetric Figures. In this lesson, I want you to be able to fold and cut out a symmetric figure, to discuss properties of symmetric figures, and to complete symmetric figures, creating reflections. But first, let's start with our mental math and fluency. Notice it says 1 hour is 60 minutes. So how many minutes are in 2 hours? Well, 1 times 60 is 60. So 2 times 60 is 2 times 6 is 12. I put 1 0 behind it. It's 120. 4 hours. 4 times 60. 4 times 6 is 24. And I have 1 0, so I put 1 0 behind it for 240 minutes. And 7 times 60. 7 times 6 is 42. Again, I put the 1 0 behind it because there's 1 0 between the two numbers I'm multiplying. There's no 0 behind 7. There's 1 behind the 6 to make 60. So I add that 0 to the end for 420 minutes. I want you to go back to your folder and get a copy of Math Masters page 216. Use a straight edge to draw line segments to connect the dots in order. So starting with A to B. Next, I want you to go from B to C, and so on. So from C to D, etc. Fold along the dotted line with the picture on the outside. Keep it folded and cut along the solid lines. Unfold it and name that figure. You should have gotten the shape of a kite. For this next part, I want you to come back to me because we're going to refold your kites and we're going to be cutting out. And I want to explain to you what mirror image is. So pause the recording now and bring that up to me, please. Math Journal page 184 is talking about shapes. So turn to Math Journal page 184. And I will read the directions to you as you follow along quietly. It says, each picture shows 1/2 of a letter. The dash line is the line of symmetry. Guess what the letter is, and then draw the other half. So remember, one side has to exactly equal the other side. Pause the recording now and do problems 1, 2, 3, and 4. The final thing you need to do on this page reads, the picture at the right shows 1/4 of a symmetric shape and 2 lines of symmetry. Draw the mirror image for each line of symmetry. So please make sure you're going to be drawing in each quadrant. This one is already drawn for you, so you're going to draw down in this area, and in this area. And then 10 says, the finished figure in problem 9 has 2 more lines of symmetry. Draw them. I just explained that to you. You're going to draw in 1, and then you're going to draw in the other 2. Pause the recording now. Bring this up to me. Again, this is an assessment check-in. Look around the room. Name symmetric objects you see in our classrooms. Write 5 things down on a Post-it note, and again, bring it back to myself or Mrs. Voorhees so that we can check that you understand for sure what symmetric objects are in the classroom. Now that you're back from showing me the Post-it note with the symmetric items in our room listed, I want you to turn to Math Journal page 185. I am going to read the problems to you out loud as you read them to yourself quietly so that you can complete this page. Number 1 reads, the Millman's family's new baby weighs 6 pounds 7 ounces. The Chan family's new baby weighs 7 pounds 6 ounces. How many more ounces does the Chan's baby weigh than the Millman's? And again, your answer's going to be in ounces. Pause the recording now and do number 1. Remember, if you need any assistance, up in the corner of your Math Journal, page 185, It gives you a student reference book page that you can turn to help you out. I'm moving on to number 2, so pause the recording and do number 1 if you need to. Number 2, a ream of paper weighs about 5 pounds. Blaine School ordered 125 reams. Fitch School ordered 140 reams. About how many pounds of paper were ordered altogether? Pause the recording now and figure out answer number 2. When you finish 1 and 2, go up to the answer key and check your answers, because if you did not understand or figured the answer completely wrong, I want to be able to stop you to show you how you did it incorrectly so that you can finish the other questions on that page successfully. So stop the recording now, make sure both answers are written down, and then go up to your math journal answer key and correct your pages. So question 3 reads, 3 friends weigh 92 pounds each. 4 others weigh 85 pounds each. How many ounces do these 7 students weigh all together? Pause the recording now and do problem number 3. Problem number 4 reads, our water is delivered in 19-liter bottles. We usually order 20 bottles at a time. How many milliliters is that all together? Pause the recording now. Answer number 4. And problem number 5. It took us 3 hours and 15 minutes to drive to the family reunion and 2 hours and 50 minutes to get back home. How many minutes is that in all? Pause the recording now, finish this problem, go up and check it in the answer key when you are done. Make sure to show your work on this page so that if you didn't do it correctly, I can see the step that you misunderstood or figured wrong. Next, you're going to do Math Journal page 186. The first math box reads, a pizza was cut into 12ths. Brooke ate 5 12ths and Blair ate 4 12ths. How much pizza is left? So remember, you can simply either add or subtract here, or you can draw a picture if you need to help you. Pause the recording now and do Math Box 1 on page 186. Math Box 2, page 186 reads, Tess brought 23 gallons of cider for the fall festival. How many cups is that? Pause the recording. Turn it back on when you're ready for B. B reads, if Tess sells all the cider for $2 per cup, how much money will she collect? Pause the recording now. Finish 2B. Math Box 3 reads, multiply using partial products method. Pause the recording now and do both A and B. Math Box 4. Find the area of rectangles with the following dimensions. The width is 8 feet and the length is 70 feet. Remember how we figure area. And B reads, the width is 9 yards. The length is 40 yards. How many square yards do I have? And finally, number 5 asks you to explain how you solved problem 1. Pause the recording now. Finish Math Journal page 186. Then go up to the answer key. Correct it. Any that you had wrong, make sure you bring back so I can explain to you why you had that error. The final assignment for this lesson is Math Masters, page 218. Problem 1 reads, fold a sheet of paper in half, cut off the folded corner as shown. So look at, this is where you're going to have it where it's together. This is the opened end. So before you unfold the cut off piece, guess its shape. So try to cut it accordingly. How many sides of the cut off piece are the same length? How many angles are the same size? The fold is a line of symmetry. Does the cutoff piece have any other lines of symmetry? Pause the recording now. Do this entire problem and then turn it back on to hear the rest of the directions. Problem 2 says, fold another sheet of paper in half. Fold it in half again. Make a mark on both folded edges 2 inches from the folded corner. So look what it's showing you. It's got to be 2 inches this way and 2 inches that way. Connect the end so it makes kind of this triangle. Cut off the folded corner. Before you unfold the cut off piece, guess its shape. Now unfold the cut off piece. What shape is it? Are there any other lines of symmetry besides the fold lines? On the back of this paper, draw a picture of the cut off shape or trace around it. Draw all lines of symmetry. And the final thing you'll do on this page is division problems 3 through 8. This is the end of recording 512. Turn this paper in to me so that I can check it to make sure you understood it. Thank you.